Hi again. This is Rick with AmazingAccuracy.com, and today is May 17, 2016. It's currently 12:24 p.m. Chicago time. What you see before you is the daily chart of the SP 500. Excuse me, the weekly chart of the SP 500, as you can see showing here weekly. And what I've done is I've compressed this chart so that it can go all the way back to the major top and crash starting in the year 2000, and then we can see 2007 here, and then this is where we are today. I've plotted a 30 and 60 bar moving average onto this chart, and I thought you would find this very interesting. This is why I'm making this video. Now, if you look at what has occurred during the beginning of the crash of 2000, you can see that the 30 broke down below the 60, and you notice that the 60 had curved over, and it was curving over already in process before it was broken through on the downside, and then that there was when we had the crash of 2000. Now, if you'll notice that the 30 stays below the 60 until it's completed down here around 2003. Then we had the bull from 2003 to 2007, where you can see the 30 stays above the 60 there. But then again, notice that the 60 starts to round, and as it starts to round is the same time when we had the breakdown below and we had the crash of 2007. Then we move to now. Oh, before, I want to go back here to 2012, where the 30 broke down below the 60. However, it was a very violent drop in 2012 when that occurred. And you'll also notice the 60 never did bend over. It never did curve over, as you see here and here. But the 60 is curving over here, 2016, and the 30 is broken below it. Now, the 30 can break right above it again and do something like this. However, it is just interesting to note that this scenario here is looking a lot like 2007 and is looking a lot like 2000, which pretty much puts up an alert red flag in my mind that we could be looking at another crash to occur here in the S&P 500. Now, all this you see here is these are individual weekly forecasts that are provided to my clients, and as I crunch the chart, they all got crunched up. So you can go ahead and ignore these days they're all crunched up, because they have nothing to do with what we're pointing out, what's being pointed out here. Another thing that you can do, for example, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, let's see, first I'm going to save my 3060 so I don't have to plot them again. And then I'm just going to go ahead and delete these. Is you can plot a standard 50 and 100 moving average, and that would be in weeks because this is a weekly chart. And you can see it's very interesting here that you can see this 50 breaks below the 100 pretty much when the heads and shoulders here, you might say neckline, is being broken. And you can see it happened again here where the inverted head and shoulders is being broken. And you can see it happened here again when the head and shoulders neck is being broken. Now this one here happened quite well above the inverted head and shoulders back here, but we're looking at tops anyway. So if you come up here, you notice we have these, you know, again, this is not a head and shoulders so much, more of a W pattern or an M pattern. But what I want you to note here is that we're starting to, The 50 is starting to curve down. It's about looking to, if we were to anticipate this, that it looks like it's ready to break below the 100. Because if you watch the 50, you notice the 50 pretty much just goes with the trend. It doesn't do much curving unless it's ready to start breaking through the 100. Here again, and now it's curving here. And so it looks like we may get a break below the 100, which normally here we've seen going all the way back to 2000 doesn't happen unless you did have a crash starting. So things look a little bleak for the stock market, and I just thought you might find this interesting. There was other things that I was throwing at this chart, but if you'll notice the overbought and oversold zone that just popped up here, and you'll notice that the S&P is currently trading in the long-term overbought zone, which oftentimes precludes it starting to move down towards the oversold zone. Well, anyway, thanks again for watching, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.